The Weight of the World, A Student's Journey to Balance and Happiness. Chapter 1, The Silent Struggle. Arjun had always been an average student. He wasn't the top of his class, nor was he failing, but he was drowning in expectations. Between endless assignments, part-time work, and family responsibilities, his days blurred into one exhausting cycle. Every morning, he woke up before sunrise, dragging himself to college, sitting through lectures with an ever-growing to-do list in his mind. Evenings were spent at his part-time job, where he barely had time to eat before collapsing into bed. There was no room for hobbies, friendships, or even a moment of peace. At first, he thought this was normal. After all, everyone was busy. But slowly, the exhaustion became heavier. His grades began slipping, and no matter how much effort he put in, he felt like he was running in place. Worse, he started losing interest in things he once loved: music, books, even spending time with friends. One evening, after submitting a late assignment, Arjun found himself sitting alone in his small rented room. His heart was racing, and he couldn't understand why. His mind was a storm of thoughts. I'm not good enough. I'll never catch up. I'm failing at everything. It wasn't just stress anymore. It was something deeper. Chapter 2, A Cry for Help. The breaking point came when he forgot an important work shift. His manager, usually understanding, was frustrated. "Arjun, you need to get yourself together," she said. Those words, meant as encouragement, felt like a final blow. That night, Arjun sat staring at his computer screen, unable to do anything. The weight of burnout and depression had settled deep within him. He hadn't told anyone. His family expected him to succeed, his friends seemed busy with their own lives, and he didn't want to be a burden. But the next morning, something changed. As he walked into college, his professor, Dr. Mira, noticed his tired eyes and pulled him aside. "You look exhausted, Arjun. Are you okay?" At first, he wanted to brush it off, but something in her kind expression made him say the truth. "I don't know. I feel like I'm failing at everything." Dr. Mira nodded as if she understood completely. "You're not failing, Arjun. You're burning out." Chapter 3, The Road to Balance. That conversation was a turning point. Dr. Mira suggested he speak to the college counselor. Though hesitant, Arjun agreed. In his first session, he hesitated to open up, but the counselor reassured him, "You're not weak for feeling this way. You're human." For the first time, he allowed himself to express everything: the pressure, the exhaustion, the self-doubt. The counselor helped him see that pushing himself beyond limits wasn't the answer. He needed balance, not just survival. With guidance, he started making small changes. Time management. Instead of trying to do everything at once, he prioritized tasks. He used a planner, set realistic goals, and scheduled breaks. Self-care. He rediscovered his love for music, spending 15 minutes a day playing his guitar. It became his escape. Saying no. He cut down extra shifts at work and explained his situation to his manager, who was surprisingly supportive. Seeking support. He confided in a close friend, realizing he wasn't alone. Many students felt the same way, but never spoke about it. Chapter 4, Enjoying Life Again. The road to recovery wasn't instant. Some days were still hard, but there was a difference. He no longer felt alone in his struggle. Slowly, his grades improved, not because he studied harder, but because he studied smarter. He had more energy at work, and his relationships with friends and family strengthened. Most importantly, he learned that success wasn't just about academic or work achievements. It was about happiness, health, and inner peace. One evening, as he sat on his balcony playing his guitar under the stars, he realized something. For the first time in years, he wasn't just surviving, he was truly living. The lesson: burnout is real, and so is depression. Pushing yourself endlessly without rest doesn't lead to success, it leads to exhaustion. Learning to balance work, study, and personal life isn't a luxury, it's a necessity. And sometimes the strongest thing you can do is ask for help. Life isn't just about reaching the finish line, it's about enjoying the journey.